This is message from your soul, and some of you are your own guides, and some of you are actually your own your own higher soul is guiding you, almost like a guardian angel. So you are more connected to that realm than you realize. So I want you to pick 1, 2, or 3, and this will be short and sweet messages again. Just a quick message to connect you back up again, to see how your higher self, your soul, is guiding you at this time. Okay, pile 1. So your higher self is very, very strong and powerful. You get the Emperor. And you have gone through something in your life that make you very capable of understanding other people. So other people are celebrating you, and it could be that you're guiding more people than just you. Like your higher self and your soul is actually guiding quite a few people on this plane of existence. So you have like a dual role. You're here, but you're also a guide as well. So can we get some more? Who else is pile 1 guiding? There's someone in your life, or maybe it's a group of people that haven't got a lot of confidence in themselves. They're kind of on the outside of society in one way. So it could be that you have a very soft spot for people who are very much the outsiders of society, that are, they're poor, maybe they have, maybe they need charity, maybe they just have low self-esteem, maybe they are, there's something about a group that makes them almost more vulnerable to be punished almost. So with 5 of Pentacles, I see 5 of Pentacles as someone who has a very sort of low immune system as well. And now I'm getting the Hierophant, which is when someone has a very strong immune system. So now when we have Emperor and the Hierophants, or almost like pillars around this 5 of Pentacles, it's almost like people who have been weakened for whatever reason. It could be that something happened to them that made them mentally maybe very frightened and unsure of themselves, and that it took a toll on their immune system. And it's almost like you want to protect them and help them in some way. And I feel like your higher self is also a guide to people who basically need to lift themselves up and believe in themselves again. So maybe you yourself have been in a situation that make you understand, whether it's in this life or a past life. But it's almost like you know how to guide yourself from one step to the next, like from A to B, in a very sort of quiet almost manner. Like you don't make a big fuss. And I feel like you just kind of figure out how to look after yourself. But maybe sometimes you'd go under the radar as well. So if you do need help, people probably wouldn't even know it. But it's because your oversoul is so empowered. You see that in the world here, that you're able to be your own rescuer. So, but I feel like because of maybe how you have felt yourself, you have this soft spot for people who are at some kind of disadvantage. And I feel like you have a message for them, because here in 7 of Wands, it is someone who's able to speak a message that is helping. You can see these people are watching, similar to the 6 of Wands that we got. People were watching. It's almost like you can give people almost like an experience of being grounded. And then when they're grounded, they can feel more at peace. It's almost like you give some sort of message of peace to people. And they're able to take it and fill their hearts with it and move on with their lives. Yeah, it's almost like you're also able to ignite the spirit in people. So there's something about you that's very motivating and meditative at the same time. Kind of like motivating in the Emperor, meditative in the Hierophant. So I'm going to move on to one of my favorite decks that I'm using at the moment, which is the Lightworker Oracle deck. Alchemical mutation. Yes, like you mutated, you know, the motivational part, which is kind of a little bit, you know, aggressive. It's full of spirit. It's Mars, you know, it's Aries, with very calm meditative hierophant, which is Venus, which is Earth, which is grounding. You're able to, yeah, you're able to combine that energy, which is, you know, the Aries, with the Taurus energy. So very much like grounding with plants, and at the same time very ignited spiritually. And I feel like you're very effective a manifester. So you're able to stay connected and be grounded at the same time, spiritual decree. So that's like almost your superpower almost. So I think that your higher self, your oversoul, is able to ground you and motivate you and move you when you need to have that sort of almost like a growth spur. That's what it feels like. It's able to give you that when you need it, but then it calms everything down. Okay, what's next for pile 1? Well, you're going to get another wave of wisdom, because we're getting second wave of wisdom, you can see. The way I'm reading now, these two are the same person. Like your own guide, your soul is guiding you now. Wisdom of the divine feminine. So it's basically wisdom twice. So you're getting double dosage of wisdom. So it could be that the situation you're in right now, you need a lot of wisdom. You need the wisdom right now, but you're also giving it to others as well, I feel. Yeah, here we get the efficiency card. Divine grace, the law of efficiency. Again, you're getting the 2, like this here. You see? It's like you're living in 2 realities. One that's pure spiritual and one that is very much grounded here on earth. And you're combining them in a very masterful way. I want to cast the runes as well, because the runes, I haven't done that for a while, and the runes are just such a powerful tool. So can I get a message for pile 1? How their soul is helping them and guiding them right now. Whoa, this spread, yeah. Oh, it's spread out like really wide. But it looks almost like a dragonfly. And I feel like we get a Yera here. Yera speaks of harvest. It speaks of the 1-year cycle. It's very similar to, you know, the Wheel of Fortune in that way. Like there's the wheel is turning. So if things have been, whatever things have been right now, the wheel is turning. So if it's been quiet, maybe it's the end of it being quiet. If it's been really busy, then maybe it will be more quiet. It's just enjoy the season you're in, because it's just a season, basically. That's what it means. But here it looks almost like it's a dragonfly. And when I see the dragonfly, I think straight away of spiritual masters, because they are like the dragonfly. They live in 2 worlds in a very, very masterful way. So maybe you're working with spiritual masters as well. So can we get another one from the runes? If you see dragonflies, that could be a message from your soul. You know, I'm getting more the hermit. Some of you could have gone into hermit mode a little bit, because this just looks like the hermit with the lantern, and maybe you're thinking about things very, very deeply. The messages you're getting are like downloads from your soul, and you're just processing it. So here we have Hagalas. It could be that you're kind of preparing yourself for any kind of situations, you know. It's like, it's almost like your soul is fortifying you a little bit, so that no matter what situation you're in, you can basically hold yourself strong no matter what, and nothing will push you, you know, off balance. That's basically what your soul is, just preparing you for that level of focus that is, maybe you never had that focus before. But your soul and your higher self has that immense focus, and it's able to hold the focus for a long time, and it's teaching you to basically hold focus and to focus and concentrate over a long period of time for whatever reason. So why is it doing that? Let me see. I might ask the tarot cards. 5 of Pentacles. So it could be that there will be some kind of opposition in your environment where you will maybe feel a little bit alone, and you'll just have to hold your ground basically and stand your ground. What else? 6 of Cups. And it is to prepare you for an environment and people as well that are much more aligned with you, that will feel like home. You just have to get through this other phase that maybe you feel like you're a little bit out in the cold. So that's your initiation by air. Spiritual decree. Again, we get spiritual decree again. So the initiation you're in now, you might feel like you're a little bit alone, but it is just to give you the confidence within yourself, so that you have the strength within yourself no matter what situation you're in. No one can, you know, basically push you off center. Can we get one last positive message? Reassurance of the golden light. Reassurance of the golden light. And messages in the numbers. So you might get synchronistic answers that is very reassuring. So maybe you'll get a lot of numbers. You have constant connections through this synchronicity of, and so it's your soul basically giving you answers in the 3D. So when you get these messages, it's likely that they're from your own soul basically. You'll get a lot of answers while you're sleeping. So a dream journal is wise to keep. You are your own best friend, and you're much more capable than you realize. So, and it's likely that you and someone you're in a very close relationship with, your souls are, you know, in constant collaboration and helping you as well. So, it's also sometimes good to look at yourself as, you know, we are also our own soulmates as well. So we mustn't forget that. So when we start working with our higher self and our soul, it can almost feel like another person that we're dealing with. But it is ourself. It's just much more expanded version of ourselves. It can feel like a guide or an angel. So when you meet yourself in the vision quest, in the dream time, you could feel like this is like, you know, that you're basically being really taken care of by a very loving presence. And so you have to give yourself credit that you actually are this beautiful, loving soul who has enormous capacity of love. So you have a lot of support. So I feel like for your confidence, it will be, the messages you will get in synchronicity and in the dream time will be extremely beneficial for your confidence, because I feel like you're going to build up your confidence. That's what it feels like. Okay, pile 1, I love you so much, and thank you so much for being on my channel. Okay, pile 2, let's see what we can find out. So I feel like it's about moving forward. I'm getting 5 of Pentacles. So I think your soul will give you the best option for you how to move forward. Oh, Hangman. Yeah, so you could have felt a bit stuck. Maybe you're waiting for an opportunity, and maybe you feel like, when is it coming? That kind of thing. We get the Knight of Swords in block. It could be that you're overthinking it a little bit. So we'll see what shows up in the subconscious, but as advice, you're getting 6 of Pentacles. Which basically means that don't sell yourself short. Because in the subconscious, I'm getting 5 of Swords. It could have been tempting for you to sell yourself a little bit short. We get 5 of Cups here. That maybe you think less of yourself than what is reality. That you're much more capable and worth much more than you think, than what you think of yourself. You get 3 of Swords in the future. So I feel like you're going to do a lot of healing around the heart and the heart space. So wherever you get drawn into sort of like flashback, emotional flashback especially, you're gonna, I think your own soul is helping elevate you above that. So we get the Chariot. And it could be again like you're moving forward, but I feel like you're moving into a situation where maybe you feel like you're not being fully loved and appreciated. We get the Devil in Surprise. It could be that you're going into a situation that is very kind of mirroring a situation that you don't want. So you're kind of manifesting what you don't want. So I feel like your soul is helping you manifest what you do want, rather than put you in a situation where that you end up where you don't want, basically. So there's going to be a fear that could get triggered for you to work through it, so that you no longer feel obligated almost to go into a situation that's very limiting to you. You get Knight of Pentacles in outcomes. It could be like a new work situation, basically, a new routine, and they want you to think a little bit different about how to solve this situation. So, because if not, it's almost like you're going to go straight back into something you don't want, that's just going to be heartbreaking to you. So let's see if we can give you another option here. So with the Soul, so what is the Soul? So the Soul does not want you to sell yourself short. So what does the Soul, what other suggestions has the Soul got? Lion, we want you to be courageous. They want you to have a look at different options than what you're used to, and start daydreaming about just another life, because your daydreaming is also a part of your manifestation. Think about something completely different, but you have to be a little bit courageous to go after it. Spiritual courage I'm getting. Could be a different country even. Knight of Wands is also where it's a little bit competitive, so don't shy away from that. We're getting 9 of Pentacles, which is the confidence card. And it almost looks like overnight success, because it is something you worked at maybe for a long time, and then they want you to visualize what you've worked at for a long time that maybe you didn't think was possible, to make it possible. To know that it is possible. So it could be a business idea that you had, it could be something that you've been working at that maybe you just didn't think could possibly become what it can become. So they want you to have an open mind and start daydreaming and visualize to make your dream come true, basically. So can we get some clarification in this deck? Initiation by fire. It could be that you feel that it will be very competitive, that it will be very daunting. Family of light, but you have a lot of spiritual support. And here we see your higher self, your soul, your guides. Like, you have more support than you realize. So they want you to maybe do a little bit more meditation, to sit and feel their love and support for you. Key of light. I feel like you're going to get more answers. There's more answers coming. There's maybe there's more the how to do, how to solve it, rather than it's nothing lacking in the sense of wanting to. It's more they're going to give you the tools to know how. Everything is easy when we know how to do something. So, can I get some cards for the how? How are they going to do this? So first of all, where you're a little bit self-conscious, they want you to do field work, especially around where you are self-conscious and afraid to fail. And they want you to, King of Cups. King of Cups is a very good card, but sometimes it shows up when, you know, maybe you're giving too much of yourself. Giving away maybe a little bit too much of yourself. They want you to keep things maybe a little bit more private. Hanged Man, again, they want you to meditate. They want you to do heaps of meditation. Knight of Swords, maybe you've been in fight or flight. Again, it has to do with the emotional side of things. That maybe when you, with certain thoughts that pop up that triggers a lot of emotions in you, that can make it hard to settle the mind, you know. Six of Pentacles. They just want you to know that you're on the shoulders of giants and you don't have to, again, you don't have to settle. It's almost like you need to know that you don't have to settle. That you are way ahead of what you think you are. And it's almost like once you realize that, that's when you'll have that is when you will have your breakthrough. But it's almost like you haven't realized just how far ahead you actually are. So I want to get some clarification on it. Trust in the plan. Yeah, I feel like you'll have some realization that you're a very old soul. And once you realize that you're an old soul, then you're not going to have anything to fear. So you hear, it's almost like you think maybe you thought you were this baby, that you weren't old soul. And then you're having this realization that you are this old soul. And then that's going to give you the confidence. That's what it feels like to me. So I'm going to have a look in the runes now. It's almost like you maybe, yeah, you sold yourself short for whatever reason. So, okay. It's a very specific path ahead. And I feel like you're going to have to, because all my other runes that I had in the bag just fell on the floor. So it's almost like something didn't work out, I feel. Maybe it was a lower plan or something. It wasn't the highest plan, I don't think. And and I feel like there's a collaboration as well here. I can see that in the runes. So maybe the collaboration is like you're frightened that you're gonna, something gonna go wrong in the collaboration. But I feel like the collaboration is gonna be very positive. I feel like it's quite stable because I'm getting evils here. So it's something I feel like you're gonna collaborate with someone, and it's gonna be a long, like a long-term future thing. So can I get a card for the collaboration? Well, maybe it's your own soul you're going to collaborate with, because now I'm getting the messages in the numbers again, and I'm getting paradigm shifts. But there is definitely a big paradigm shift. It's going to be a completely new way of looking at things. So let me have a look in the cards too. Who is the collaboration with? Well, this just fell out. Getting Knight of Wands, which we got before. So it could be a person who is very energetic, who's going to just fuel energy into a project, something that you're very passionate about. That maybe this person is passionate about it, and then you become passionate about it. Let's find out more. It's almost like there's someone you're going to meet or connect with that is going to help you turn yourself into this lion energy. And that's almost like a soul collaboration with this person, that you have this contract that this person is going to wake you up in some way. But also, I feel like your own soul is helping you with this. It's almost like, yeah, you're going to have more fun. You're going to just live more in the moment. It's going to be more like enjoying the moment of things, and have this very quick and fast manifestations and shifts in your reality. As a result, it's almost like someone is showing you how to have this incredible, fun, adventurous life. And it could be your own soul that's doing this, but it could also be your own soul putting you in contact with someone who has this energy, and takes away where you have maybe felt like you have to sacrifice too much on this plane of existence. That's what it looks like. I wonder if it's almost like you're going to meet yourself and see yourself in someone that very reminds you of yourself. That's what it feels like. Yeah. It's almost like you're going to see yourself from your soul's perspective. And you're going to see your soul. And then it's going to just be like completely almost overwhelming to you. Can I get one last positive message? There's a lot of gratitude, I feel. Yeah, we get that. So we get this sort of courageous, independent energy coming. Coming through. And it feels like a long-term thing. Something that's going to last for a long, long time. In what sort of area is this showing up for pile 2? Some it will be a relationship. And for some of you it is a relationship, but it's also connected to your highest calling. So it's like you're gonna almost be rescued from a limiting paradigm, and you're gonna realize it's your own soul that is rescuing you. So, and you're gonna be able to move forward in a very peaceful way. 2 of Swords. What else? Is there one last final message? The world, yeah, you're gonna get it. I feel like in this pile you're gonna get a very, very strong connection to your soul. The world is, the soul, and there's like a whole new definition to who you are is coming through. So it's almost like you've had a major completion, maybe there is a Saturn return happening. There's some sort of major completion happening, and then it's like the new you is emerging. That is much more aligned with who you are on a soul level, basically. So it's almost like you completed a lot of unfinished business from past life, past connections. And then you're able to have this brand new beginning, basically. That's very, very powerful. Where you're more free. You're actually much more free. And I also feel like you get master healing. Some of you maybe believe in master healing and master, we get divine talents as well. And you'll be able to activate your divine talents, and some of you will even heal yourself, I feel. So that's what's showing up for you here, pile 2. And thank you so much for being on my channel, pile 2. Bye! Okay, pile 3, message from your soul. We'll see what comes through. Straight away picking up more evolved. I think I attract kind of evolved souls on my channel now, because I feel like many of you are your own guides, and I'm really feeling it now in pile 3. I think you know that as well. I think you're quite self-aware. I'm picking up. This is a very self-aware pile, so I think the cards will reflect that. I think you know you're an old soul. I think you know you have a lot of substance. I think you know that you are guiding yourself and others. So I think that you also have been under quite a lot of stress and pressure. And you kind of had to learn to think completely different to other people. Because I think you realized that the group consciousness level was just not going to work out for you. So you had to kind of find your own path and your own way in life. So I think you're very unique. That's what I feel like. And I think you're a very devoted and loyal person as well. Even though I think you've seen kind of the opposite. And maybe you were exposed to kind of like betrayal and things like that. Maybe you've seen that. And you kind of realized what was kind of the reality of what humanity can be like, more on a negative. But it freed you from having to kind of participate in it with sort of that, maybe, sometimes people participate in life very with rose-colored glasses on, and then it's not beneficial to them, and it's almost like you had your rose-colored glasses taken off you. And that kind of empowered you actually, and made you almost like a little bit unpredictable, because I feel like you can't be manipulated here in this pile. You just saw the truth, you understood what it was, and you dealt with it accordingly. And that gives you a very unique, yeah, gives you a very unique energy, and it kind of freed you from a lot of the codependency that goes on this plane of existence. So I'm gonna have a look at this. So this is the Lightworker deck that I love so much. It's very high vibrational. So can I get an answer here from the souls of pile 3? I think one of your key interests and maybe main reason for coming here was to experience this sort of, yeah, it's the dark night of the soul, and that's usually when we do awaken to, we do ascend, because once you see kind of what you don't want, and what you don't like about the group consciousness, it frees you to experience this more expanded existence, the higher self. I think you're interested in the realm of the higher dimensions, the soul, the higher self. And it looks like you healed a lot here in the solar plexus as well, ascension, the rainbow bridge. Maybe you're very drawn to animals, because you know the rainbow bridge, sometimes that reminds me of animals. And I feel like you also learn how to activate your own energy fields, your own energy centers. And I think you're very aligned to your higher self, your soul, because you can see it becomes almost completely natural to you to be completely aligned here. Sometimes I think you see maybe people as almost like a different species to yourself, because I feel like you're so connected to your own higher self. So can I get a message from the higher self for pile 3? What's pile 3 meant to be doing right now? I feel like you're meant to be very much a unique, completely just different type of person, basically. I'm getting grounding with Cosmic Heart, Cosmic Christ. I think with the grounding. So it's almost like you're meant to have this understanding of this plane of existence, but from a very, very specific viewpoint. You know, I don't think you want to escape anything. I think you're someone who will look at all the challenges and the lessons straight, like you walk straight through it, and you look straight at it with no fear. Because I think a part of you have really understood that this plane of existence is just an illusion. And that gives you a very strong, grounded energy. So, I'm going to have a look in the runes. I feel like some of you are extremely creative as well. I feel like you're making something that's very, very different from what people have seen before. Yeah, Lagus, this is what I felt. Lagus is extremely creative because it is connected to source energy. So I think you have this very creative energy, and I think you are here to create and make things and make beautiful things. I think you even could potentially invent things. The creativity is what gives you strength. That's what I feel like. What is this? It can give you both abundance and strength, actually. And I feel like you've grown in your life a lot through your creativity. I think your soul is very creative. And I feel like when you bring that creativity down with you and you ground that creativity, and I think your creativity also is your spirituality, it becomes very, very powerful here. Yes, that's when you have a lot of joy. I feel like that's your true passion, basically, in life. Can I get a card for the creativity? There's something about creating order, and a specific order and a system. It's almost like you're gonna, I don't know, it's almost something has been established, I feel like. And everything, the synchronicity, I think you work probably with the law of synchronicity, because it's almost like the synchronicity is just completely falling, everything is falling into place the way it's meant to, almost by magic. So I think you probably work with the law of synchronicity, and you have some kind of ability to manifest very, very quickly. But I also feel like you're someone who, maybe you're a bit of a lone wolf as well. So can I get a rune for the lone wolf? Yeah. Maybe you're in and out of a cycle where you are going into the lone wolf sort of archetype, but then you can go out of it as well. So you can sort of go in and out of it as you choose to. Maybe it's very cyclical. Maybe that's what they're saying, because Sierra is a very cyclical rune. What is their souls? What is their highest ambition for this lifetime? Let's find out. Pile 3. Yes, divine talents, and I did get creativities. It could also be music as well. Orbs of light and maybe healing. Channeling, working with light energy, being a light worker, working with music and art and energy and manifestation. So it's basically to play, basically. You're here to play and create on this plane of existence, being connected to your soul. And I feel like also be able to, it's almost like you're here also to have an awakening that this plane of existence is an illusion. And to kind of activate your soul more and more into, like living more through the light body, basically. And that, I feel like that is what gives you joy more and more. So can I get one last positive message for pile 3? Some of you could write something. See if I get the magician. But it almost feels like your whole way of thinking is a work of art. You know, it's like, yeah, your expression, the way you carry yourself. 4 of Cups. 4 of Cups can sometimes be that your soul can put you in a situation where you feel maybe that you should be, more things should be happening. But the reason it does that is basically to give you downloads, to give you messages, Ace of Swords. It works maybe through your pineal gland more than you realize. I don't know if some of you here could get dizzy and things like that, but it's basically works with giving you downloads. It wants you, while you get a lot of the downloads, to be more inactive, more receptive. So maybe you find those moments a little bit dull, but they're saying that's basically necessary for these downloads to go through. And then it's like you're free then to go and play and have fun and create with basically your new insights. I feel like sometimes also you spend a lot of time researching, planning, looking into things. That's when your soul is basically bringing in these downloads and it's giving you, look here, I want you to create this. I want you to have a look at how to make this, learn how to do this, make this. It's almost like your soul is giving you instructions what to make and how to make it and where to take it as well. In 6 of Swords, it's sort of carrying you through life, but basically allowing you to do a lot of research, creating, learning more, and then creating again. And maybe in the times where things are a little bit quiet, that's where you just kind of like, you want to go back into the Fool, you know. But sometimes you have to be in the 7 of Pentacles, because you have to then learn new things. Seven of Pentacles is the student card. So I think you're kind of the student archetype in the sense that your soul is your teacher, and then you're getting the instructions, and then you are you're learning directly from your soul, basically. Can we get a card for their divine talents? The heart transmission. I feel like you're learning to bring in divine love onto this plane of existence, and to live a very heart-centered, heart-felt life. And here we can see initiation by air. So here you can see this activation here, and it's all coming out of you either through words, music, art, some kind of content is being created, but it's first it's building in your heart, and then it kind of comes out. So can we get one more message from the soul? I think you're awakening more and more to the fact that you are a very old soul and you're not like everybody else. And it's sixth ray of devotion, so you're kind of in awe of what this brings. You can see here, these people are completely in awe, in devotion. So I think you're very devoted to source energy, to create a world, basically source energy, to, you know, it's the same as, you know, God and the Creator is the same. So it's almost like you're more and more in awe of this energy that supports everything. And the more you connect to it, the more your soul is connecting you to it, the more you are bringing these divine talents to this plane of existence. And it's extremely sort of from the heart, basically. So you could have a very unique voice. That's what they're saying. So I am very, very grateful to have you on my channel, Tile 3. Bye!